Previously on WaltInPA.
Man, it's actually, today's really nice. Not just because of the weather, but for a change, I don't feel like I need to race home to get anything done. So I think I've told this story before, but I don't remember how in-depth I got. I own my own business. A partner and I went in together to start a business that does millwork shop drawings. So we produce the production drawings for custom cabinets, stuff that you'd see in like banks and restaurants. I feel compelled to pull up next to that guy and let him know that his left rear tire is going flat. The adult outlet. Every city's got one. And the guy with the flat is going to the porn shop.
Hey y'all, guess what? You watching WaltInPA. He's been known as the covered bridge guy for a while, but now he's a cemetery guy. You watching the WaltInPA? Go watch WaltInPA. I'm just playing with him. Grizzard? His name was Grizzard. Not Walt, but that guy was. I might go back and look at that and see what it said. Anyway. Yeah. That's gay. Oh boy.
Getting stiff. You're gonna be heading home real soon. Swing by my dad, see if he's home yet. If not, I'm just gonna head home. Otherwise, I'll probably talk to him for a little bit. Be nice to get off the bike for a little while. It's been a few hours. Alright, I think it's time to head home. Could really use something to eat. Seeing that blue elephant coming through Pottstown and reminded me of Asian cuisine. I could really go for some Szechuan beef right now. All the vegetables. When you get the takeout menu, there's always that little chili pepper icon next to stuff like Szechuan beef. I think Hunan beef also has it. General Tso's chicken also has it. I've never found any of that stuff spicy. I mean, it could just be the restaurant trying to cater to most people, since most people don't really like spicy. Well, that's a really broad generalization. I shouldn't say most people don't like spicy. I guess the average person's tolerance for spice, I don't know, is lower than someone like mine's. I think my brother's friend lives back there. That black naked bike may be his. I know he has a, what does he have? He has a Yamaha FZ09, I think. When I was still trying to decide what I wanted to buy, he offered to let me ride it, just to get a feel for what was out there, since at the time there were no test rides because all the dealerships were closed because of the pandemic. I think on my way home we'll take a ride through some of those nostalgic areas that I was down before. Only now you'll see it in stunning 2.7K. Oh, that brings me to another idea for a video response, and I think it's perfect. Actually, you know what? I think I talked about this already, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it again. I think I talked about this topic already, but the video response part of it, though, is it's good timing. So the other day, it may have just been yesterday, Chopper Fett released a video talking about making some adjustments to his video, or to his GoPro settings, and some changes he's going to be making to his channel going forward. So he's trying to produce videos that are of high quality, that kind of stand out from the average motovlog. So I believe he records in 4K, but instead of 60 frames per second, he's now experimenting with 24 frames a second. And he's shooting in a flat color profile now, so that he could do his own color grading in whatever software suite he uses. I thought this was pretty interesting because I've been doing the same thing to a degree. I've been experimenting with changing my camera settings. When I did a video, again, I don't know when it's going to come out, but I did a video for Chopper Fett, and he needed some footage of me riding. So it turned into this big, long, all-day event where, you know, I went around different places, tried to get some footage of me riding, and I didn't know if I was going to have to crop anything down. So rather than shoot in 1080p like I normally do to get the most space possible on the card, I bumped it up to 2.7K, and I dropped the frames per second from 60 to 30. And I was pretty happy with the way that footage came out, so I decided to try doing the same thing on the bike. So I set my GoPro to 2.7K 30. I set my handlebar camera to 2.7K 30. I changed the view on my GoPro from what was it? I think I went from wide to super view, and I really like the way it looks. What you see now is the change that I made. And the 30 frames a second is a little weird, only because it introduces some blur that I'm not accustomed to seeing. But I think I like the way it looks. You know, out in the distance, that's nice and clear, but the stuff that's passing by in the camera's peripheral vision should be kind of blurry, and it is, naturally. So I haven't dabbled with 24 frames a second. I'm just using 30 for the time being. I haven't tried the flat color profile on the GoPro. I usually just mess around with the color correction in DaVinci, even without being a flat color profile. And mostly what I'm doing is I'm adjusting the darks and the brights, and then adding saturation, and that's pretty much the extent of my color correcting, quote-unquote color correcting. I did change my Osmo. Wow, this place is busy. I did change my Osmo action settings to D-Cine-like for a time, which is basically a flat color profile. And I was doing that because the way my handlebars are situated, or the way my handlebar camera is situated, usually what you're seeing is my dark jacket, my dark helmet on a clear sky behind me. There's a lot. It's really hard contrast, so I never really liked the way it looked. So I thought pulling out the color information and using a flat profile, I thought I would have an easier time in making the colors look better in post-production, but it never really helped. It probably helps a lot if I knew what I was doing, but I'm not proficient with color grading. You know, I'm just doing some very, very beginner, rudimentary stuff. And the end result is what it is. I'm not looking for a quote-unquote professional quality. Otherwise, I would probably continue to shoot in that D-Cine-like. But it didn't really help. It actually made the footage not look as nice, even after I was done with it. So I switched them back over to normal color modes. So that's where we are. Basically, I create a little more contrast with the highs and the lows. I add in some saturation on both cameras, and that's pretty much it. And these days I'm shooting in 2.7K, which I'll scale down to 1080p, and I guess YouTube will scale it down. And then 30 frames a second, so you get a little bit of motion blur.